Welcome back, students. And we are just in continuing with chapter number 8, that is human health and diseases. And in my previous videos, I've already discussed about various type of the immunities. What is immunity? What is meant by immunity? And what are the various type of the immunities? And what is the primary immune response? What is the secondary immune response? What are the cells or what are the organs that are responsible for that type of the immune response? Now today we are just going to talk about the active and passive immunity. Clear? So now proceeding ahead with active and passive immunity. It can be again categorized into two, that is the active immunity and the other is passive immunity. Clear? So when we are talking about the active immunity is that type of immunity in which the products of the products or the antigenic agents or the antigenic proteins of the various pathogens or directly the deactivated or neutralized pathogens, they are allowed to enter into the host body. Clear? And then the host body is going to produce antigens, antibodies in response to these particular antigenic agents or the antigens. Clear? So that is what is known as active immunity. Again I am repeating, active immunity, जब हम active immunity में क्या होता है, active immunity में यानी हम antigenic agents कुछ भी हो सकते हैं. They can be either the products, they can be either the proteins of the pathogenic organisms, and then or it can be either the deactivated or killed microorganisms, that is the pathogens again, which are allowed to enter into the host body, and then the host body in turn it produces antibodies against these particular antigens. This type of immunity is called as active immunity. Clear? So when we are talking about the active immunity, what happens over here, this is a slightly slower process, because since what are we doing, we are directly allowing the entry of the various pathogenic agents into the host body. Therefore what happens that our body first recognizes or first identifies the type of the pathogenic agent or that antigen that has entered into the body. Antigen is any sort of foreign substance or a foreign organism that enters into the host body. Clear? So here any sort of foreign substance or a foreign article, it acts as antigen, and the body has to respond against it in the form of production of antibodies. Clear? So what happens over here, when it is as I said you all that it is a slow process. So what happens over here, that the body first identifies the type of the antigen that has entered into the body, and accordingly it is going to produce the antibodies. Clear? So this is a kind of a slower process. Okay, so again talking about active immunity, in it deactivated or denatured microorganisms are allowed to enter the host body. Second point, it is a slower process. Clear? It is a slower process, as I explained it to you over here. Plus it is memory based also, because these antibodies which are going to be produced within the body, they for future time, whenever there is a subsequent again invasion of all these particular pathogens, then the body is quickly going to recognize these particular microorganisms, and it is going to produce antibodies in a fast form. So this type of immune response is known as the active immunity. And when we are talking about the passive immunity, it is a type of the immunity in which directly the antibodies, they are injected into the host body. what to say, there are certain instances or certain cases in which the infection is much and more severe. It can be dreaded, it can be lethal, it can be fatal. That is, it can cause the death of the host organism. Then in order to save the life of that particular and to have and what to say, quicker immune response, what is done, that the directly the antibodies that has been prepared outside, they are directly allowed to enter into the host body, where they are going to perform their actions at a very fast rate. Why? Because these are pre-prepared antibodies which are allowed to enter into the host body. Such type of immunity is known as the passive immunity. Directly the antibodies are allowed to enter into the host body. Okay, so here antibodies, they do play a major role. What happens up over here, as we all know, colostrum, which is what to say, very significant substance for the infant babies. Why is it significant? Already I have discussed in my previous chapters regarding unit first. Again, I'm just going to repeat it. Colostrum, as it is the first secretion before milk, which is secreted from the mammary glands of the female just after what to say, delivery of the what to say, the fetus. So what happens, that this colostrum, it contains antibodies which protects the what to say, the infant from a large number of the diseases. Therefore this particular colostrum, it is very very essential for the newborn baby. Clear? As well as the infants or the fetus, it is also very much able to derive the antibodies from the placenta while it is in the womb of the mother, which further protects it from various type of the diseases. Clear? So this is all about what to say, the active immunity and the passive immunity. Now we are just going to move ahead with vaccination and immunization. So vaccination, it deals up with vaccines. You must have been very much familiar with the term vaccine, as various type of the vaccines, they are available, and they are very very essential, and they are given to the what to say, to the children right from the time of their birth up to a certain period of time. Moreover, it is up till 5 years of age, the child is given all type of the vaccines which provides it from which provides protection to it from various diseases during its whole lifespan. Clear? Some of the examples of the vaccines, they are polio vaccine. You must have heard of what to say, polio campaign, which is organized by the government every year, and polio vaccine, it is given to the children up to the 5 years of age. Clear? Then what to say, there are other vaccines also, like smallpox vaccine, then what to say, vaccines for the measles, mumps, etc, etc. Clear? So these are all various type of the vaccines which are given to the children up to the age of 5, from the time of their birth up till they reach up to the age of 5, and various type of the vaccines they are given. So what are vaccines? Vaccines, basically, they are nothing else but these are either the as I said you all just in my first article over here, that these are nothing else but these are what to say, these are the what to say, the products of the antigenic organisms, or the proteins, denatured proteins of these particular pathogens, or directly the deactivated or killed microorganisms, they are allowed to enter into the host body. through these vaccines. So whenever these what to say when these are allowed to enter into the host body, then as you all know, as you must have observed, that whenever the vaccines are given to the children, they are suffering from fever for within the 24 hours, within the first 24 hours. So why does this happen? Because our body starts reacting towards those antigens. Clear? How? By production of the antibodies. So while it is being done, the temperature of the body rises up, and the child gets what to say fevers. Clear? So what happens over here, that in response to the vaccines, our body develops what? Antibodies. And these antibodies, they are all memory based, as I've already discussed you about the B cells and the T cells, that they are what to say functioning on memory basis. And whenever there are subsequent attacks or invasions by these particular pathogens or by these particular microorganisms, our body first identifies these microorganisms at a very fast rate, and in return to that, it also what to say generates the antibodies at a very fast rate, and it protects us from that particular disease. Clear? Since the antibodies, they are going to ward off the antigenic effect from our body. Clear? So this is how we are going to be very well protected from the various type of the antigens or the various type of the microorganisms during our whole course of the lifetime. Clear? So the B cells and the T cells over here, they do play a very significant and important role in protecting our body against various type of diseases, and that is that whole procedure is known as vaccination. Clear? Now talking about sometimes what is done, that direct, as I told you all, that there are certain instances or there are certain cases where direct injection of the antibodies is required, and where the host is administered directly by certain type of the antibodies which are required by the body to protect it against certain specific disease. Clear? So what happens over here, as the person gets direct administration of the antibodies, it is very much able, the person is very much able to fight against that particular type of the disease. Clear? So here this type of immunization is known as passive immunization. Clear? So both these active the vaccination and immunization, that they are very essential for a living organism during the whole course of his lifetime. Clear? Various vaccines and what to say various vaccines and antibodies, they have been developed with the advancement of medical sciences, and with the recent advancement of the biotechnology, the field of biotechnology, we are again what to say able to produce large number of the antibodies which are specific for certain specific pathogenic responses. Clear? So this is how vaccination and immunization process proceeds on. Third thing, the third topic that is not third the next topic that is given to you people in your NCERT book is allergens or allergies. So when we are talking about allergies, as you all know, allergies, these are the responses of our body against various allergens. These are responses of our body against various substances in the form of what to say excessive sensitivity. Clear? Here I am saying that these are the responses of our body. These are the excessive sensitive response that our body certain time becomes excessively sensitive towards a particular substance. Clear? It might be a pathogen. Normally it's not a pathogen over here, it's not a sort of a disease. Allergy is not a disease. It's what to say, it's basically a higher and a quicker sensitive response towards various substances. Clear? And when I'm talking about these substances can be anything. Clear? This can be the pollution present in the air, the various type of the pollutant gases that are present in the air, be it the pollen grains that are present in the air. Clear? Then it can be what to say, dust also. It can be through cold also. It can be through what to say, excess of excess and intense sunlight also. Clear? And when we are talking about eatables or edible things, it can be towards your what to say, eating of the wheat, that is known as a gluten allergy. And various kinds of the allergies are still present in the are still more, much and more. And of course certain of the organisms also, like the ticks and the mites, these also serves as allergens. So talking about the allergens, what are allergens? When we are talking about the allergens, these are those substances or organisms which are responsible for creating excess of sensitivity in our body. Clear? These are said to be the allergens. And as I told you all, what are the various type of the allergens? These can be either the what to say, inorganic substances. They can be excess amount of dust that is present in the environment. Then it can be either what to say, polluted air. Basically you must have observed polluted air. When I'm talking about the polluted air, you must have seen the various people living in the metro cities. Since metro cities, they are much and more prone to pollution, since they are densely populated, and more amount of industrialization and what to say, uses of the vehicles are present over there. Therefore the air present in the metro cities, they become polluted at a very higher index. And the people, and especially the children living in those metro cities, they do suffer from the what to say, asthma, which is again an allergic response towards the polluted air. Clear? Then asthma can also be in response to the dust. Once the person starts suffering from asthma, it can become allergic towards either the dust, it can become allergic either towards what to say, the polluted air, it can become allergic either towards the pollen grains. Clear? It can become allergic either towards the excess amount of the cold also. Clear? So these are the various type of the allergens. Talking about the third, that is the pollen grains. You must have seen and you must have read in the newspapers that during the month of what to say, March, April and May, what happens, that strong winds, they start blowing up, strong and dry winds. No, I'm not talking about the wet winds, the moistened winds. I'm talking about the what to say, dry winds, जिसको हम बोलते हैं नॉर्मल लैंग्वेज में लू चलना. ठीक है? सो व्हाट हैपेंस ओवर देयर कि जब ये स्ट्रॉन्ग विंड्स ब्लो ऑफ करती हैं, then at that very particular time, some of the flowers, they take the advantage of this very strong air for the act of their pollination, and they shed off their pollen grains in the air. So at that time, the what to say, the concentration of the pollen grains in the air during the months of March, April and May, it is at its peak. That is, a large number of the pollen grains, they are present during these months in the air. Clear? And you must have very much read a large number of the persons that they are suffering from asthma. The what to say, the asthmatic agents, the what to say, the ratio of the asthma, it rises up during these months. Clear? So asthmatic patients, they feel what to say, restless, breathless during this particular this particular season, that is during the time of the March, April and May. Clear? So that is what is the effect of the pollen grains. Now another is what to say, sunlight. Sunlight, it also acts as a what to say, allergen, since it causes red patches, reddening and of the cheeks and all, basically of the skin areas. Clear? So these are again what to say, the allergic responses. At the high intensity of the sunlight, the skin tends to become red, and this is a quicker and allergic response towards the intense sunlight. Clear? Next, that comes up over here is cold. As I told you, all the asthmatic patients, they even suffer from cold. Whenever there is excess of cold, they suffer from asthma. Okay, so these are all the various type of the inorganic substances. When I'm talking about the organic ones, the organic organisms, when I'm talking about the organic, it is definitely the organisms, the very small microorganisms. The very small microorganisms, when I'm talking about, it can be either the ticks, mites, clear, etc., etc., which proves to be allergic towards towards various people. Clear? So this is all about allergy. And what are the various signs and symptoms of allergy? When I'm talking about the various signs and symptoms of allergy, it includes what? First of all, it includes coughing, sneezing symptoms. It includes coughing, sneezing, breathlessness. The person becomes unable to breathe properly. Clear? Then red patches over the skin. And when I'm talking about the type of the allergies like gluten allergy, clear, in that very particular cases, the person suffers from indigestion. Okay, the person is unable to digest the gluten present in the food. So these are the various type of the allergic responses. Of course, there are much and more over there, and according to the type of the allergen, the immune response is also different. Clear? So this is all about the type of the symptoms that are present. Now, how should an allergic substance can be identified? That how can we identify that a person is suffering from this particular type of the allergen? So that there are what to say particular type of the tests that are conducted, which are known as the allergic tests. Clear? And what happens in this allergic test, the person is administered through a large number of the allergic the person is administered with a large number of allergens. That means a large number of the allergic substances, they are induced inside the body of the allergic person. And what happens over there, that whenever the body responses towards a particular type of the allergen, that means that the person is suffering from what to say higher or excessive sensitivity to that particular type of the allergen. And the person and what to say then we can easily then it is easily what to say diagnosed that this particular type of the allergen is responsible for causing allergy in that very particular person. Clear? So this is all about allergy, and we have completed our topic with allergy. Now I am going to proceed further on with my what to say next topic, which is going to be the autoimmune response or the autoimmunity. Autoimmunity. So students, as I've already talked in detail, that our body sorry our the immunity of our body, it is basically memory based, that is it is based on the memory, that is it keeps what to say, it memorizes the first primary response or the first invasion of what to say the microorganism or the pathogen inside the body, and on subsequent invasion the body against again what to say identifies that very particular type of the pathogen, and what to say responds in a quicker manner towards that particular pathogen. So what are the various roots, or what are the causes which makes our body to have such type of the memory against those particular pathogens? So there are two things that should be kept very much in mind, that what to say these substances or the antigens, whenever they are able to invade in our body recognizes them as antigens or as foreign substances. Clear? And it keeps it in mind that these are the foreign substances which has entered into the body, and these are not the part of the body. Clear? And secondly, as soon as the body identifies any foreign article or a foreign substance, it tries to respond towards that particular foreign agent or the foreign particle which acts as antigen. That is, it starts producing antibodies, or it is going to get rid of that particular type of the foreign and what to say agent in any of the other way. Clear? So these are the two what to say things that should be kept in mind, according to which our body immunity system works upon. Clear? So sometimes what happen that this become destructive for us. This become destructive for us in a sense that sometimes our body normally what to say normally abnormally, not normally, our body abnormally what to say forgets the to identify between the self and the non-self. Clear? It is not able to what to say differentiate between the self and the non-self, and sometimes it identifies the cells of its own body as the foreign substance. Clear? And what it does, it starts producing antibodies towards those particular tissue or towards those particular cells in order to kill off those cells. Clear? So this type of the immune response is known as autoimmune response or autoimmunity. Clear? So autoimmunity, auto means, auto has been derived from the word self. I mean, immunity is what? The power of the body to act against or to work against certain type of the pathogens. So here the body itself, the immunity of the body itself has identified certain groups of the cells or certain cells of the body as the foreign articles, that is the non-self. Clear? That means it was not able to discriminate between the self and the non-self, and it has identified the very cells of the body as the foreign articles, and it has what to say started preparing antibodies or has started killing off those cells, recognizing them as the foreign articles. And this type of the very immune response is known as the autoimmune response. A very good example of the autoimmune response is rheumatoid arthritis in human beings. Rheumatoid arthritis in human beings. Clear? So this is all about the autoimmunity and autoimmune response. So students, in this very particular video, what I've discussed with you all, I've discussed you about the active and the passive immunity. Again, I have talked about the active immunization and the passive immunization process. No, even the vaccination that has been done. And then moving ahead, I have discussed in detail the various type of the allergens. What is allergy? First, I've discussed what is allergy. I've given you the definition of allergy over here. Even I have given you the definition of allergens over here. I have given you the symptoms of the allergens. Even I have discussed what are the various types of the allergens, and even I have discussed that how should we diagnose that which type of the allergy the person is suffering from. Clear? So these are the various type of these are the various things that we have discussed under the topic allergens. Next, we have moved ahead with autoimmune response, and there also I have given you in detail what is autoimmune response, and even I have described you with example what is autoimmune response. The very good example of autoimmune response is the rheumatoid arthritis. Clear? So here with this we complete these topics. In my next topic I'll be dealing up with the next portion, that is I'm just going to talk about the organs that are related to the immunity in our body. Then I'll also be talking about the disease AIDS, that is what to say very much infectious also, as well as it is worth mentioning it over here in detail. Clear? So with this we end up with the topic, but there is a what to say humble request from my side. It's not a humble request, I am just saying it that you people are not sending up your homework on time to me. Kindly send the homework of the chapters that has been done in the PDF format, and kindly start messaging me as soon as possible. It is urgent, and it is very strictly said it is mentioned that you have to send the homework to me, what to say, as soon as possible, of the chapters that has been done. Already I have discussed all the question answers of the chapters that I am doing with you all over here. So kindly go through all the question answers. There are not many more question answers over here in those chapters. So kindly go through all the question answers, do all the question answers, and start sending me the homework in the PDF format as soon as possible. In the failure of that, I'm just going to remind you all in my online streaming classes. Clear? Okay. So till then, thank you.